feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
The following is a presentation of the DADDgamer Football League.
It's week 12 of the National Football League. And up next are the Texans' leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Texans and the Jags, and it's coming up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Jaguars in this matchup. The bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them, and in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting, they're going to be physical, they're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
On first down, Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Thomas. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. To throw on third down, Thomas. Finds Hines again for the completion. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. We're able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Murray. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll go option to the short side. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and the Texans scoop it. And he's got some space here. Sheds off the tackle. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Well, he was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
And now out comes Houston. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Taken from about the 12.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep.
First down, Murray. That's caught left side, Myers with it. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Play fake, Murray. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Murray. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Murray.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Throwing again on second down. Murray.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Murray now to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Elliott.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week.
16 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. expecting to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
On first down, Thomas. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, strip away everything else and get to what we call a moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Here's Hines. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Thomas. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown! Zay Jones, 30 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. This is taken at about the 14. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Texans will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now it's Hines. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Thomas to throw on 3rd down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To throw is Thomas. On first down, slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On second down, here's Pierce.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Thomas now on third down. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Murray going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Some applause for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left.
The sack goes to Chris Barnes.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hines. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A beautiful fake, and he works free. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jaguars getting set to go. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Murray now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Caleb Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Murray. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
To throw is Murray. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So here are the Texans to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now Thomas on 1st and 10.
He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Texans at 6-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Pierce gets this one running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Looking to throw. Thomas. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Thomas. This to McLaurin out on the left side.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Thomas. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now. 17-7. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And now out come the Jags. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Marcus Davenport showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Murray now. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw is on target to Burks.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a dump off here complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Murray. That's caught by Myers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Sanders' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Thomas. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Here's Thomas. A final shot before break. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So we'll reach halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the 2nd half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From the 10. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running off tackle with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Murray. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Murray. He gets this one to Burks. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On the delay, here's Hines. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Able to avoid him at the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Murray now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Thomas.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Thomas. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They'll look to throw again.
Got his man complete. Moore.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Thomas. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
Pierce now up the middle.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. On 2nd and 9. Thomas.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Thomas. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hines. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Thomas.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Darrell Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Looking to throw. Thomas, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker, who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Murray going to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Murray. Open man is Myers. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Houston set to take over.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Give to Pierce.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Pierce will try to pick it up.
They find some open field here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hines. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Thomas to throw on 3rd down.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Back to the ground with Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Thomas. And a completion to Wilson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
To throw is Thomas. Throwing on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Thomas. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Garrett Wilson
from 6 yards away.
And the Texans have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and they will take a 7-point lead. A 10-play drive that time.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. Nifty move. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Murray now. Flushed out right.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Thomas now, throwing to start the drive.
Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones.
from the 24. Thomas. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Looking to throw. Thomas. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Throwing now is Murray. And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
That's a perfect word for precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Murray fighting. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Now Thomas, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he completes it to Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Thomas. He'll get that complete to Parkinson, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now a handoff for Pierce.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Here's Thomas. And he rifles one incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Wilson's got it complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Back to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Terry McLaurin yards.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take care of the football. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Back to throw. Thomas.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. They run with Hines. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here's Thomas. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Thomas. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Terry McLaurin. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now Murray. It's complete. Burks. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Murray. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Murray to air it out again. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Play action. Now it's Murray. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Texans, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week.
I feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're